Good morning, class 8 students. I am your physics teacher, and this video is based upon the first chapter of your syllabus, that is force and pressure. This is the introduction part of the chapter. Let's start the chapter now. The objectives of the chapter are to study about the force, to study about the effects of force. Then we'll see how the force is measured and what is the SI unit of force. Let's start with the chapter, but before starting with anything, I want to ask you what causes movement or what causes motion. You must have seen so many things moving around you. The fan moving on the ceiling, the birds moving in the sky as they fly in the sky, the fishes moving in the aquarium as they swim in the aquarium, the cars on the road, they are all moving. The vehicles on the road are moving, the trains on the tracks, all of them are moving because of what? What causes them to move? And also, you must have seen uh, the objects which are moving to stop after a while. What makes them stop? For an example, see a ball. It moves and then it comes to the rest or stops up after a while by itself. What makes the ball move and come at rest by itself? It is nothing else but the invisible thing that is called as the force. So force can cause motion and can stop the moving object as well. Okay, in this case it is the frictional force that makes the ball stop by itself. Force is a push or pull. You can see here a boy is trying to push the box away from his body or away from himself, and here the boy is trying to pull the object towards himself. So force is applied to move an object closer to oneself is called as pull. When an object or a man tries to pull something towards itself, that kind of force is called as pull. And when force applied to move the object away from oneself, it is called or termed as the push. And all these pushing, pulling, carrying, lifting kind of actions are nothing but the force that we apply on the objects. Okay, if we carry some books, we are applying force on the books. Correct? Let's see ahead. With this, we are in a state to define force. So the force is a push or a pull that can change the state of motion or change its shape and direction. Let's see more examples. So this boy is trying to kick the ball, or he kicks the ball away from the body. So this kind of force is nothing but pushing. Okay, he pushed the ball away from himself. Okay, when we try to open the door of the car or of the room, what we do, we move the object towards ourselves, towards our body. So this is called as pulling. Similar is when we open the doors, open the drawers towards our body. It comes towards our body when we open the drawers. So what happens? We move it towards ourselves. It is called as pulling. And similarly, when we close the drawers, what happens? We are pushing it inside the drawers. Okay. The force is a push or a pull that can change the state of the motion. Changing the state of the motion. What we mean by the change of the state of motion? See this example. Right now the ball is in stationary, or it is at the rest. So if this boy tries to pick the ball and throws it away, it creates motion in the ball. It was first stationary and then it comes to a motion when the boy throws the ball. So it is changing the state of rest into motion. Okay? It is not that all the time it creates motion. The force can also stop the moving object. Okay? So let's see how can it stop the object or change the shape and direction of the object in further examples. For that, let's study about the effects of force. So force can change the state of motion. Okay, so in the last video also you saw that the boy was throwing the object or throwing the ball. So it created motion in the ball because the ball was stationary, and when we throw a ball we create motion in the ball. And here when the boy tries to catch the ball, he tries to stop the ball, so it is stopping the ball from moving. Okay, so the motion can stop the object also and can create motion also. So both things are possible for the force can change the state of motion. Force can also change the shape and size of the object. How? When we squeeze a lemon, what can happen? The shape of this lemon changes. The change of shape of an object. So similar is when we press the toothpaste. When we press a toothpaste, the paste comes out and the shape of the toothpaste, that tube, changes. Okay, so this is also an example where force can change the shape and size of the object. See, the other effects of force are: force can change the direction of the object. When this batsman tries to hit the ball coming from one direction, what happens? He changes the direction of the ball towards the boundary. It wants to hit the ball towards the boundary, so it is changing the direction of the ball by applying the force of the bat. Then force can change the speed of the object. If this man tries to pedal the bicycle more harder and more quickly, the speed of the bicycle will change and it will increase. So force can change the speed of the object. Correct? After this, let's see how is the force measured. The force depends upon the mass of the object. Let's suppose this man is pushing a box. If suppose this box was much heavier, will it be so easy to push it? No. For an example, you pick up a cup of tea and you can move from one room to another very easily because the cup is very light in weight. Yes, on the same time, if you will try to pick a table which is very heavy and very much more than the cup, if the weight is much more than the cup, you will not be able to move the table from one room to another that easily, or you will need one more man to pick up the table from one room to another. Definitely. So you can understand that the force depends upon the mass of the object. Can you push the wall? That is the wall of the room. Can you apply the force to push the wall? You can apply the force, but it will not move the wall because the wall is much more concrete and has a greater mass. So you won't be able to move the wall even after applying a lot of force. So if the mass of the object is more, we need to apply more force. Also, force depends upon the distance moved by the object. So see, this object will move more if it is lighter. If the box was lighter than this or smaller than this, it would have moved till here. In the time that it is moving till this position, it would have moved till here if the box was smaller. So also the force depends on the distance moved by the object and the speed. Okay, so the force is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. All the objects are connected to the earth with the gravity. So we can directly say that force is nothing but equal to force into gravity. Here m represents the mass of the object and g represents the gravity of the object. Okay, so force can be measured as mass into gravity. Also, I want to tell you that force concept was invented by Isaac Newton. This relation is also given by Newton. So the SI unit of force is Newton or just N. Okay, I hope you have understood the introduction part of the chapter. In the next video, we'll move further and see the chapter. Till then, please do your assignment for today. This is question 1, define force with examples. Question 2, what are the effects of force? Question 3, how can we measure the force? Question 4, who invented the concept of force? And question 5, what is the SI unit of force? Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video.